During World War II, every army relied on its own grenades. Different designs, different explosive power, yet all capable of changing the outcome of a fight in seconds. Today we are exploring every major grenade used in World War II. We begin with the United States, the arsenal of democracy. First is the Mk2 fragmentation grenade, famously nicknamed the Pineapple. Its deeply grooved cast iron body was designed to break into consistent fragments. This made it the standard fragmentation grenade issued to American soldiers throughout the war. Next is the Mk3A2 offensive concussion grenade. This grenade was designed for assaults where the thrower had little or no cover. Instead of relying on shrapnel, it used a powerful blast wave, allowing soldiers to clear bunkers and rooms without risking their own lives. Then comes the M15 white phosphorus grenade, known as Willie Pete. This terrifying chemical weapon scattered burning phosphorus on detonation. It created instant smoke screens and caused severe burns that were extremely difficult to extinguish. The M18 colored smoke grenade followed. Unlike destructive grenades, this one was used for signaling. It produced thick clouds of brightly colored smoke to mark landing zones or identify friendly positions for aircraft. Next is the M14 thermite incendiary grenade. This was a tool of pure sabotage. Filled with thermite, it burned at temperatures exceeding 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to melt engine blocks, artillery breeches, and steel plating. The M9A1 anti-tank rifle grenade was fired from the muzzle of a standard infantry rifle. It allowed soldiers to engage armored vehicles from a safe distance. Its shaped charge warhead was capable of penetrating tank armor. Then there was the M17 impact fragmentation grenade. Unlike grenades with timed fuses, this one detonated upon impact. While effective in concept, it proved dangerously sensitive and was withdrawn early in the war. The M7A1 CS gas grenade was used for crowd control and clearing fortified positions. It released CS tear gas and proved especially effective in the Pacific theater for flushing enemies from caves and tunnel systems. Now we move to Germany and the weapons of the Wehrmacht and SS. First is the steel hand granate 24, the legendary stick grenade often called the potato masher. Its long wooden handle provided excellent leverage, allowing German soldiers to throw it much farther than heavy spherical grenades. The steel hand granate 43 was a simplified version developed as resources became scarce. The detonator was moved to the top of the grenade head, eliminating the hollow handle and speeding up production. The I-hand granate 39, also known as the egg grenade, was small, light, and deadly. Its compact size allowed soldiers to carry several at once, making it popular with German assault troops. The geballte Ladung was a desperate anti-tank solution. It consisted of a standard stick grenade with 6 additional explosive heads strapped around it. The resulting blast was powerful enough to damage tank tracks or lightly armored vehicles. The Nebel hand granate 39 smoke grenade looked similar to the explosive stick grenade but was marked with a white band. It produced dense smoke used to conceal troop movements or blind enemy gunners. The Panzerwerf Mine 1 was a throwable anti-tank weapon designed for Luftwaffe ground units. Canvas fins deployed during flight to stabilize the warhead, ensuring it struck armor at the proper angle. The Haftolladung 3 magnetic anti-tank charge was one of the most dangerous weapons to deploy. Soldiers had to rush an enemy tank, attach the magnetic charge to the hull, pull the fuse, and escape before detonation. The Diskushan grenade, also known as the turtle grenade, was shaped like a discus. It armed itself through centrifugal force as it spun through the air and detonated on impact. The Blenkerper 2 was a glass tear gas grenade. Shaped like a small bulb, it shattered on impact and released irritating chemicals intended to force tank crews to abandon their vehicles. Finally, the Gewehrsprenggranaat 30 rifle grenade served as Germany's standard high-explosive rifle grenade. It gave infantry soldiers a form of pocket artillery, filling the gap between hand grenades and mortars. Next is the Wurfgranate 326, a small fin-stabilized grenade fired from a signal pistol. It provided a fast and lightweight way to deliver explosive charges over short distances. Now we move to the United Kingdom and Commonwealth forces. The number 36 M Mills bomb was the classic British hand grenade. This heavy cast iron pineapple-style grenade was known for its reliability and its dangerously wide fragmentation pattern. The number 69 high-explosive grenade followed. Encased in Bakelite plastic, it functioned primarily as a concussion grenade. It produced minimal shrapnel, making it safer for training and close-quarters assaults. The number 74 sticky bomb was one of Britain's most unusual designs. A glass sphere coated in powerful adhesive and covered by a woolen sock. The user removed the cover and pressed it onto enemy armor. In reality, it often failed to stick to dusty tanks or worse, stuck to the thrower. The number 82 gammon bomb was a favorite among paratroopers. Essentially a fabric bag filled with plastic explosive and fitted with a fuse. It could be shaped as needed, making it ideal for demolition and sabotage tasks. The number 75 Hawkins mine grenade resembled a flat metal flask. It could be buried as a pressure-activated mine or thrown against vehicle tracks. This versatility made it popular with the Home Guard and resistance forces. The number 73 Thermos anti-tank grenade looked like an insulated flask. In reality, it was simply a large tin packed with high explosives. It was extremely powerful but heavy and risky to throw. The number 77 white phosphorus grenade served as a smoke device. Like similar American weapons, it used phosphorus to produce immediate smoke screens and incendiary effects. The number 68 anti-tank rifle grenade was one of the first operational shaped charge weapons. Fired from a rifle cup launcher, it was capable of penetrating early war tank armor. The number 27 smoke grenade was a standard chemical smoke device. British forces used it to screen infantry advances and mark targets. Now we move to the Soviet Union and the Red Army. The F-1 fragmentation grenade was nicknamed the Limonka, or Little Lemon. Based on earlier French designs, it featured a heavy cast-iron body and a lethal fragmentation radius. The RGD-33 stick grenade was a complex Soviet design. It required a specific throwing motion to arm. A detachable fragmentation sleeve could be added to increase its defensive effectiveness. The RG-42 cylindrical grenade was born out of necessity. It was essentially a thin metal container filled with explosives and a coiled metal strip for shrapnel. Simple to produce, it was widely used during the sieges of Soviet cities. The KS Molotov cocktail became legendary. Soviet-produced versions contained a self-igniting mixture, transforming simple glass bottles into effective anti-tank incendiary weapons. The VPGS-41 rifle grenade was a rod-type grenade used by the Red Army. Although effective, it damaged rifle barrels, which led to its eventual replacement. Next, we move to Japan and the weapons of the Imperial Army and Navy. The Type 97 hand grenade was the standard fragmentation grenade of the Imperial Japanese Army. Its fuse was unusual. Before throwing, the soldier had to strike it against a hard surface, such as a helmet, to arm it. Next was the Type 91 multi-purpose grenade. This highly versatile weapon could be thrown by hand, launched from a rifle, or used as ammunition for the knee mortar. The Type 98 stick grenade followed. Inspired by German stick grenades and similar Chinese designs, it was a high-explosive blast grenade widely used by Japanese forces. The Type 99 Kiska grenade was an improved version of the Type 97. It replaced the serrated body with a smooth casing and featured a more reliable fuse system. The Type 4 pottery grenade appeared late in the war as metal shortages worsened. Made from ceramic or porcelain, these grenades were filled with simple explosives and intended mainly for home defense. The Type 3 conical anti-tank grenade was a shaped charge weapon fitted with a hemp tail for stabilization. It could penetrate Allied armor, only if the infantryman could get close enough to throw it accurately. The suicide lunge mine represented the most extreme form of anti-tank warfare. This desperate weapon consisted of a shaped charge mounted on a bamboo pole. The soldier charged the tank and detonated the weapon on contact, destroying both the vehicle and himself. The Type 89 knee mortar shell was primarily designed for use in the mortar. In emergencies, Japanese soldiers sometimes threw these shells by hand, without a proper delay fuse. This was an extremely dangerous practice. Now we move on to Italy. The Red Devil, or Breda Modello 35, was the most common Italian hand grenade. Small, lightweight, and painted red, it used an impact fuse and was notorious for being dangerous if it failed to detonate immediately. The OTO Modello 35 was another Italian impact grenade. It contained a lead ball filled with explosives that detonated upon striking the ground. The Breda Modello 35 featured a distinctive, long safety strip. Like many Italian designs, it relied on an impact fuse rather than a timed delay. Finally, we turn to France and the minor powers. wars. The French F-1 defensive grenade influenced grenade designs around the world, including American and Soviet models. Originally developed during World War I, it remained in service as a heavy cast-iron defensive weapon. The OF-1 offensive grenade was the blast-based counterpart to the F-1. Constructed from thin metal, it relied on concussion rather than fragmentation, allowing troops to advance immediately after detonation. The Model 1937 offensive grenade was a modernization of earlier French designs. Made from stamped metal, it was lightweight, efficient, and easy to mass-produce. The ET-40 Filipinka was produced clandestinely by the Polish Home Army. This impact grenade, inspired by anti-tank weapons, demonstrated the ability of resistance fighters to manufacture professional-grade ordnance under extreme conditions. The 36 MVEC was the standard Hungarian hand grenade. It featured a sophisticated impact fuse that armed itself during flight, making it one of the more advanced designs among the Axis minor powers.